Hi church, I hope you're all safe and well. I just want to add my own thanks to all the people who've taken part in these devotionals over the last few months. It's been such an encouragement. I want to share with you today something from Psalm 33, but before I read the verses that I want to share, I just want to sort of summarize the psalm for you. It's a psalm of praise. It's a psalm of thankfulness, and it looks at God's faithfulness, looks at His righteousness and justice, and His love for all of us. You can pick that up just in the first few verses. Then from about verse 6 to 9, we're reminded of His great works of creation, all that He's done to make the world that we're in. Verses 12 to 19 then tells us about the nations who follow Him, and how being a nation that follows Him is a nation that's blessed. God then the verses then tell us that God is watching over us, that our strength doesn't come from earthly things, but comes from our fear of the Lord and putting our hope in the Lord, and also in His unfailing love. Just going to read verses 11, 20 and 21 to you. I'd encourage you to take time to read the whole psalm for yourself, but these verses particularly stood out to me. Verse 11 reads, But the plans of the Lord stand firm forever, the purposes of His heart through all the generations. And then verses 20 and 21. We wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In Him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in His holy name. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in You. Sorry, dyslexia coming through there, as I'm sure you all noticed. Read through those again so they make a little bit more sense. But for me, they stood out because I've been seeking the Lord and His purpose for me, particularly since this lockdown started. I know it's lifting now, but it's not lifted particularly for me and for the work that I was doing. And so I found myself going through a real bereavement and focusing very much on what I'd lost and what was gone, and wondering, whether it would come back, and if it did, what was God going to be doing? What was happening? Why was this happening at this time? And what was God's purpose in it? And the verses really struck me because I found that God's plans were standing firm, and His purpose through the generations, they don't change. I suddenly started to feel God was there as a shield. He was protecting me. And I suddenly realized I needed to wait, but I needed to wait in His hope. And I discovered as well that waiting in the hope of His purposes for our lives is better than rushing blindly into our own purposes. His purpose comes with protection, it comes with love, and it comes with His faithfulness to us. So if you're like me and you're wondering, what's next? And, where do I go? What's going to happen in the future? Particularly in this changing situation. Every day the news is different about what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. And, they say they're following the science, but, we're waiting for that direction. I just encourage you to seek God. in this, to trust in his faithfulness and purpose, and to wait in the hope that comes from Jesus alone. Bless you, church.